Alright, Scary Bob here for the third round. We switched the summit between Inversion and Alien in the NS2 Launch Tournament final matchup. So we have actually close spawns here. Inversion on All-In 1-1 each in the last first two rounds on Tram, and so we've got a third round here. This is a best of 5 matchup. So we have some combat. This is a close spawn situation where All-In spawning in Atrium and Inversion in Flight. They probably just figured, oh, we have a All-In Skulk Rush, and unfortunately, All-In probably came out for the worse for the wear there. Likely, when you go 5 on 2 to 3, you want to be able to kill all of them without losing anyone, or at worst 1. And they lost 2 and 2 each, so that basically stopped their Skulk Rush cold. Even though they took Tempest on there, I mean, Inversion just finished, prevented a Skulk Rush on their base. But All-In still working on it, so they're pushing in and trying to take out Dust. But this is not a good position to attack, angle to attack from. This is a long, straight corridor, lots of lines of sight for Marines to shoot down. As you can see, those skulks just get cleaned out from it. Once again, All-In Inversion's gone mines to start out with, and Edict's going down. You see mines already around the command station and IPs, and they actually. Inversion's going for a second IP, so a little bit different. Typically, these competitive teams wait till maybe later in the match, maybe 5-10 minute marks, or sometimes never dropping a second IP. Usually, it's a sign that you're concerned about dying too much. It's combat and reactor here, but looks like Gorgeous and Rantology are both going to go down to a pack of skulks there. Going quick arms lab, so no obs or phase kit. They went mines, so they're going arms lab. So it looks like they're pushing weapons upgrade weapons and armor upgrade as fast as possible. Alien side, they've assisted all the way down to data core and got those RTs, but no, they haven't gone carapace, which is usually what All-In has typically done, is going quick carapace. So they might be saving up for a quick second hive with 3 RT. Right now in kind of a defense position, but Inversion, since they know where the aliens are, they know their weak point. Hit reactor. It's already damaged to 63%. Oh, so All-In is going for a crag upgrade again. The Drifter is going to die, unfortunately, against 4 Marines. Billy ADHD and Edict coming in, but they're going in more 1 by 1 and dying to mines. So although Gorgeous killed him, he took enough damage from the mines to basically end it. So. Reactor RT going down, and they do have 4 Marines sitting in reactor. It looks like they're falling back, actually, to data core. Probably wondering, is there a second hive building in here? They're not going to see it, so they're probably going to go straight for the RT there. The aliens are a bit in trouble. You don't want to lose 2 RTs early on. The one downside for Inversion in the strategy is they've kind of only gotten 3 RTs for the moment. So they're pretty low in res too, but they're doing a good job of taking aliens down to 1 RT. And aliens are going to be the ones that are going to be res starved in this matchup. All-In knowing they can't really take on 4 Inversion players all at once. Especially 1 by 1 there, going after the RTs instead. Edict looks like he was trying to chomp on Comp Lab, and Billy's chomping on a Crossroads. So at least keep Marine res flow down. But they're going straight. Looks like a Weapons 3 rush. They got Weapons 1, Weapons 2 researching. Mantelli and George is going to Atrium. And ADHD doing a nice job of sneaking up on Gorgeous, but does not get that final bite off. So, oh. Beacon to flight control. Missed that. Looks like All-In just they weren't in Atrium defending because they were pushing to flight control to get them a beacon, and they did. And unfortunately, the combination of mines and the beacon basically cleared out that rush. Put All-In at least to save their Atrium hive. They were going to be egg locked there for a second, and right now they are egg locked. So they got to focus on staying alive. Get some. What do you call it? Get some eggs going, basically. Or get some RTs flowing again. Unfortunately, that's not a position you want to be in, because now you let Marines basically go around the map and control the map because you're trying to stay busy, trying to stay alive. Nice move by ADHD there to avoid the fire of Red Telegid, Gorgeous, and Tempest to help them out in some reception. Now pushing in here at 3, but I think with weapons 2 researched, looks like they canceled weapons. Oh, I see what's going on. So to get the beacon, they had to cancel their weapons 2 research and beacon. So good job by Revicor of properly managing his resources. Going face tech instead, and I guess weapons 2 actually finally researching. Pushing into Crossroads with lots and lots of mines. All In does have Carapace now, but unfortunately, they probably need to get second hive soon to stay alive in this. The second hive is typically crucial, not just for the resources, but a lot of these alien teams have been going quick or second hive Onos egg drop. And unfortunately, you can't drop it on one hive, so. Edak is gorged, and it looks like he's going to go down there, get caught up in his own clogs, and die. Oh, that's always depressing. He did a great job putting a clog wall here, but it prevented him from getting back over it, so he was stuck. Looks like Gorgeous flanked around and is going to attack a flight data core RT. A little rush on the command station there, but basically Billy and ADHD are not going to be able to do much before they die. Colt is significantly hurt. I would be surprised if he can take on Gorgeous here. And he does. Props to Colt. He basically took down Gorgeous with, I think it's showing him 2% health, so like 1 or like 5 HP at this moment. Second hive does drop. Edak is going Gorge again, so typically we have Rusty, and Billy has gone Lurk too, so seeing some higher life forms finally. That's all it needs to get that going so they can still have a chance for this. Their saving grace is that Inversion has been focusing heavily on attacking and not really keeping up on getting RTs up. So far, I mean, they're getting that RT in sub-axis, but that's probably the most RTs they've had most games. And usually a Marine team focus on RT pushing early and get 6 RTs in a situation that's 5 to 6. So Colt has also gone Lurk, so Aliens, All In has gone an early Lurk strat, trying to take on Gorgeous here, but they do take him down, but they do take a decent amount of damage, so they have to retreat there. Second hive is half built, and it looks like they got 3 RTs going, a fourth building in a crevice, so not a bad strategy. Mine's doing some damage to those lurks there, so Colts have to retreat. ADHD and Carnage looks like they're pushing to Comp Lab to do some damage, so ADHD is going to take down Crossroads, and the phase gate up in Ventilation. This is going to be trouble. The second hive is almost built, but Edak is had to get away, and it's going to go down fast to the combined weapons 2 fire of these Marines. So Colt he's got to get out of there. Colt is almost dead, 10% health. Billy is also taking quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, this hive is not up, so it's not going to heal Colt. He has to wait for Edak to heal him or the hive. Hive finally finishes. But Weapons 2 Fire is doing significant damage to that hive. Rusty and ADHD going down. Colt trying to get in there, but he better be careful. That hive does die. So, big blow to All In. Looks like they're going to clear out this base rush there, but they lose Colt, unfortunately. Billy's able to clear him out. Billy, get out of there, Billy. He's going to... Oh, that was dangerous on the part of Billy. But losing a Lurk this early when you're definitely on the back foot, just having lost the second hive, is problematic. And even if you want to redrop that hive, you got to get this phase gate down. They redropped the data, but there's just, I mean, Inversion's going to keep pushing into data here. Now that All In knows what's going on, they can do a better job of defending this base, but with that phase gate in Ventilation, it's going to give constant threat of attack on this hive. See Gorgeous Tempest pushing up there. Colt taking some damage from a mine before retreating. The Carapace is a nice upgrade since it helps you. It allows you, as long as there's not a direct blast, You can typically survive at least one mine blast, typically two if they're glancing. Rusty going down there, and ADHD dying to a mine, so Inversion just spamming these mines on this phase gate to devastating effect to these all-in skulls. Edict doing his best to get this hive up. That's about 50% done. But I wouldn't be surprised if it looks like Rantology and Gorge are splitting up trying to take on Harvesters. There goes that Drifter. So Armor 1 finishing up here for Inversion, which means they're well positioned to, once it looks like probably ADHD is the only one can really, and Carnage, ADHD and Carnage looks like they're saving for Fade. Unfortunately, that second hive wasn't up long enough for them to start researching Blink, and this hive might not be alive long enough. So, Edict doing some Hydra and clogging here to reduce the angle of attack these Inversion players can use to shoot this hive. Shotguns are up, so when those Fates come out, they're interfacing weapons to Armor 1 Shotgun Marines. Very problematic position to be in, but the defense here is doing enough to keep this hive. Hive up long enough that we'll probably see Blink going, and maybe they're probably saving for an Onos drop actually with 106 res. So wouldn't be surprised to see an Onos egg drop pretty soon. And a Billy goes down, so they've lost all their higher life forms, losing the RT in there in Denacor. A big blow to all in here. Surprised we're not seeing a Onos egg drop. They're going to lose this hive pretty quickly, so someone's got to drop an Onos egg, or at least get Blink or something researching. Unfortunately, this is the power of a good Marine team with a phase gate in ventilation. They're just going to do significant amounts of damage on this hive. So it looks like Onos egg was dropped in Atrium, but here comes Rantology. If she picks the right egg, she could kill that Onos egg before it gets a chance to get spawned. Also wouldn't mind to see Blink being researched here at some point. They might even drop a third hive in Crossroads. Actually wouldn't be a bad strategy here, because it's clear they're not being able to keep this hive up. Data core is going to go down fast. All in might also be saving for 2 Onos eggs. Not a bad idea, and Revercore is expecting they're going to lose this hive. They know what's going on. So let's drop that Ghost command station in Crossroads to prevent them from dropping a hive there. So unfortunately, T-Res they could have spent on Blink or another Onos eggs. All in is going to have to spend on another hive drop. Second hive killed by Inversion this time here. And if All in wants to stay in this match, they're going to have to kill this phase gate in ventilation. And Inversion is doing an interesting strategy. You have about 4 players pushing to data core here, but also having one guy go to Atrium. Basically keep looks like the aliens on their toes. Keep them concerned, keep them making sure they have to worry about defending Atrium and splitting their force. ADHD has gone Fade. We should probably see Carnage going Fade soon. That'll help. They do not have Blink. And Inversion knows that the counter to Onos, early Onos drops, so putting that armory there. ADHD taking some mine damage before retreating. But that hive has been dropped. It's only about 13% built, so still far away. Edict spending most of his time healing up Colt's Onos here. Wouldn't mind seeing Billy popping that CC and Crossroads so they can drop a hive, but Inversion, although they only have 4 RTs, have been putting significant pressure on these aliens. And they've gotten a lot of their tech up, so Tempest going down there in Crevice. Edict and Colt. Just mostly it looks like they're just trying to keep these Inversion Marines outside of Data Core. Keep them locked up in Pipe Junction, so go in, take some damage, go back and heal. It's a good strategy. They need that second hive built. So the longer they can keep it down. Garfield and Carnage dueling it out here in Crossroads, but it looks like Carnage with barely any health, and Garfield getting a medpack drop is gonna do. Yeah, there we go. So ADHD and Billy duking it out here outside of flight, and ADHD taking about 50% damage before he has to retreat there. So this Onos came just is doing a cult. This Onos is doing a fine job of keeping Inversion out of data core, let them build that high. Garfield finally been in this command station in Crossroads, preventing a third alien hive drop there. Good strategy by them, but this hive is almost built, so we should probably see maybe a second Onos egg drop. I suspect Billy, but Carnage might also be waiting for an Onos egg. Blink has been started, so ADHD is going to be able to get that. Be able to get Blink there. He's doing fine as a Shadow Step at the moment, but unfortunately, Shadow Step can only get you so far. It's a bit too predictable, and you can't use it to escape very well. So that's with Blink, ADHD would have thought nothing of pushing in to get Garfu there, but without Blink, there's not a chance. So jetpacks are researching. That's going to be problematic for Colt and the Onos there. Unfortunately, jetpacks are pretty devastating against Onos. You can fly above them, especially in these large open areas, primarily sub-axis, crevice, and flight. Not so much in data. And a bit in atrium, not so much in data. Crossroads a little bit too. Carnage trying to do some damage there. And we also have both Rusty and Edak are healing this Onos here, so wouldn't be surprised to see Carnage actually going Fade at some point here. So Crossroad command station goes down, but they redrop it mainly to prevent that third hive from being dropped. And Rantology just take the RT down in crevice before dying to ADHD and Billy here. But it doesn't matter. The Inversion has sub-axis anyway, so even if they lose Crossroads, I mean, can be easily built, as I just done there. See this little combo between Colt trying to duke it out here, but weapons, looks like they got weapons 3 up, so, or no, it looks like they're still on weapons 2. Weapons 3 is researching, that's it. And that'll prove problematic for Colt here. Onosis can usually tank 2 to 3 Marines on weapons 2 pretty decently, but not weapons 3, and if they get 4, that could spell doom for Colt here. Especially due to the fact that they have a jetpacks now. So Billy and looks like Carnage here. They know what's going on here, but Gorgeous coming with jetpacks and a shotgun. Or not a shotgun, looks like a rifle there. That's still enough to kill these skulks here. It looks like Rantology is probably going to clear them out here. You can see here's the problem with jetpacks. Not only they add mobility, not only you can fly above the Onuses, but you can chase them. It actually adds speeds to these Marines. But ADHD doing a good job. He has Blink now, so he can do a good job of taking on these Marines with jetpacks. Usually fades or lurks are preferable when taking these on, but now that they have jetpacks, Gorgeous and Garfu are just going to go into this atrium hive here. Another Onos egg drop, but no one there to claim it. Probably Billy going to jump in there real quick. But they're going to lose their shell here. They do have celerity, but if they start popping these eggs after they kill his shell, they could pop that Onos egg pretty badly. So looks like I drew some little lines there, but we'll ignore that for the moment. So bit of a battle here in atrium. Inversion doing their best. They got the shell down, so aliens do not have care. Billy jumps in that Onos egg. But it's going to be problematic if he doesn't have carapace. The cara shell went down, so a lot of combat here coming towards crevice, and looks like Inversion's looking to want to kill this hive. Sub-axis hive did go down to Edict, or command station went down to Edict and Colt there, so 2 Onus, Carnage did go Fade, 2 Onus, 2 Fade, and a Gorge on the field. Probably Rusty is gorging too, so we should probably see him doing some damage soon enough. ADHD doing a good job taking down Dusk. Command Station going up in Crossroads again, so... And they're putting a Phase Gate here. They lost the Phase Gate on the push in Atrium. Unfortunately, Inversion lost the Phase Gate in Ventilation, which is going to hurt them from keeping pressure up on Data Core if they want. Weapons 3 is up, but with 2 Onus on the field, they need to kill one of these Onus if they want to make sure they stay up. And All In has done actually a great job here. Of they were down for a lot of the time there, but they've come back quite a bit. Taking up a lot of the map, they have 4 RTs to Inversion's 1, and this I think is where Inversion's low res strategy of mostly on offense and little on res control and defense might be hurting them a little bit. Unfortunately, they let aliens All In get a little bit too much in the way of resources, and are now just pushing in, and slowly this is sort of like a res war at the moment, and one that All In is winning. If you look at this, they have 4 RTs dropped and 3 building. They basically have like all the RTs here. They even got the RT in Crossroads. If that tells you anything, they infested here. Even when they had the command station and now the Phase get there, they just said screw that. We're gonna drop that RT. So All In's going for a straight resource push there. They know if they can win the macro war here, they survive long enough to get most of the tech they need to do damage. Probably another thing I'd like to see from them is maybe Bio Bomb. And Inversion looks like they're going to call, so a surprise win by All In. Inversion was winning early in the game. They took down that Data Core Hive twice, but those almost came out. Those Fades came out, and it was a win by All In. So All In takes it 2-1 so far. I'll go to the 4th match.